Same approach to what we worked on before. And remember, when you start off, the best thing you can do until you have it memorized is to write down the quadratic equation. Negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Even if you don't do it and turn in for extra credit, I would try to find the various mnemonics out there, the tricks that have this put to a song. It will help you memorize it, and you have to have it memorized, so you might as well do everything you can to help yourself. That was extra credit that I offered out there, but if you just go to YouTube and type in Quadratic Formula song, you will find people who have put it to music and recorded it. You can do it to Pop Goes the Weasel. You can do it to the Notre Dame Fight song. I think you can do it to the Yellow Rose of Texas. Don't ask. I don't know what that song sounds like.
You could do it to Look At Me Now.
You could.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go over here now. What's A? What? Hey, Brian.
What? 2.
A is not 2.
5.
A is not 5.
0.
Stop. 1. Okay.
A always 1.
And this, guys. All right. The thing to remember is that A is whatever is on the x squared term, and if there's no number, it's an assumed 1. For a lot of the problems starting off, A is 1 just because it makes the problems a little bit easier to do. B is 4, and C is 4. All right, now let's plug these guys in. X is equal to negative b, which is 4, plus or minus square root of b squared, so 4 squared, minus 4, that's the 4 from the formula, a, 1, c, 4 again.
Hold on.
All over, then I'll hold up, 2a, which is 1. Now with this problem, I want to talk about one other thing we're going to get as we go along, because there's another twist on this quadratic formula we're going to use. We'll get there, but I want to talk about an interim step that you guys need. Guys? So let's go ahead and do our first pass. So negative 4, that's negative b, plus or minus. 4 squared is 16. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Times 4, 16. So negative 16. All over 2. Now I want you guys to look just at what's under this radical. All right, I'll slow down just a bit, let you guys get caught up. Oops, get back to my pen. If I do, well, I'll give you guys another second to get caught up. All right.
What's that little line, Lenny?
What line? Oh, that's just coming over here. 16 minus 16 is 0, right? This number under the radical is what we call the discriminant. It tells me how many answers I have. If the number under the radical or the discriminant is 0, that means I have 1 solution, and I'm done. If it's a positive number, I have 2 solutions. And if it's negative, I have no real solutions. My solutions are going to be imaginary. At this point with the quadratic formula, if you get no real answers, just stop. Don't worry about breaking out the imaginary numbers for this, because we're not going to actually do the compound numbers for a while. So don't worry about that. If you get no real solutions, you have no real solutions, and that's a result of the discriminant, the guy under the radical, the b squared minus 4ac being negative. In this case, he's 0, so I have 1 solution. If I look back, let's go back to this previous problem, the discriminant was 4, right? That's positive, and I ended up at 2 solutions. Some of the work you're going to be looking at will just say don't solve it. just tell me how many solutions there are. So all you have to do for those is to go ahead and find the discriminant, which is the number under the radical, and that'll let you know how many solutions you're looking at. Plus the door is unlocked, guys. You don't need to wait for someone to open it.
Unlock?
Yeah.
It's like locked 90% of the time.
It is, but not today. All right.
He locked himself out.
So -4 plus or minus the square root of 0 all over 2. Well, square root of 0 is 0, right? So -4 over 2, which is -2. I only have one answer. And the thing to remember is I knew that when I got a discriminant up here of 0. If the discriminant is 0, you only have one answer. If the discriminant is negative, you have no real answers. And if the discriminant is positive, you have 2.
What's the discriminant?
The discriminant is the guy under the radical.
So this is not a real solution?
This has a real solution. The real answer is -2.
I thought you said negative.
If the discriminant, this thing under the radical, guys, Gio, you're gone. If the number under the radical is negative, you have no real solutions.
What's the radical?
The radical is the square root sign.
Oh, okay. But it's not negative.
Right, it's 0. So I have one answer.
Zero's one answer.
0, 1 solution, positive, 2 solutions, negative, no real solutions. Okay.